first up, talking about, well, the misery of being fatter than your husband. It's an article written by Joanne Smith. She's looking pretty miserable and a little on the chub side on the front page of the Daily Mail. I'm only saying that because she's basically saying it herself. She writes her blog, and inside the Daily Mail she's written a piece saying the utter humiliation of being fatter than your husband, especially when he used to be the tubby one. Basically, her husband at 42 is 8 years older than her, but he currently looks fantastically honed and lean, she said. He has the kind of muscle definition men covet and women lust over. She says, however, she now resembles a blancmange. And for the first time in their 7-year marriage, she says, I am fatter than my husband, something no woman wants to be. She says, basically, when they got together, she was the better looking one. She was a slender size 12, and he was always very complimentary about her body. They got married, they've had kids, and what a surprise. Now he's gone to the gym and is looking pretty good. She's found it rather hard. She said she should have taken up a challenge to lose weight alongside him, but she didn't. Have you been in this situation? Are you in this situation right now where, well, you're not ageing at the same rate as your other half, whether you're the husband or the wife, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, whatever? Are you in the situation where you or your other half is ageing rather differently? My husband's 4 years younger than me, and I like to think we're fairly equal attractiveness. We're both on the average side, but he's ageing alarmingly well. He's 6'3", if I say so myself. I've done quite well on that front, ladies. He's rather hunky, but he's ageing really well. He's stayed slim. He's got his own hair and teeth, everything. And I have to say, I think it's a lot harder for women in the ageing department, especially if you've got a younger guy. Is your other half ageing as well or as badly as you? And has it changed your relationship? 0845 6060 973. Is Joanne Smith right that actually no woman wants to be fatter than her husband? It sounds very trivial, but I have to say, I think this may be one of the biggest talking points of the day. Let's talk now to Polly Hale. She's director for the fitmumformula.com website. Polly, thanks for joining us.
So great to be with you. Hi there.
Hello. Well, this story, I have to say, I mean, the Daily Mail, they know how to capture women's attention. The front page has got a big picture of this lady, big headline, and I know so many women, especially mums, middle-aged mums, are going to be turning to that and going, oh, God, and they're living it. It's a conversation I've had with friends of mine, and I think it's something that actually strikes at the heart of a lot of relationships. How difficult is it when couples don't age equally?
Well, unfortunately, it is our biological makeup. There's two reasons why it happens. The first is the hormones associated with menopause. These encourage fat storage around the middle, so the middle age spread, as it's known, commonly results in a wider waist circumference. The other factor, more probably influentially, is the loss of muscle tone. Because muscle supports an efficient fat-burning metabolism. Now, both men and women experience this, but men to a lesser degree because they've got higher levels of the hormone testosterone, and this encourages building lean muscle tissue. So men won't, their metabolism won't slow down as fast as it will in women.
Are you basically saying this is nothing to do with the fact we're sitting there eating chocolate, watching telly and having a glass of wine? It's to do with our hormones and biology and genes, and there's nothing we can do about it.
That is obviously going to play a part. If you're going to be stuffing your face with calories and calories and calories worth of chocolate every day, you are going to gain weight. But in terms of it being associated with aging, men tend to age slower, not just in their body composition, their skin as well. They've got thicker skin. And yeah, their metabolism stays faster because they've got more muscle tone. It's as simple as that.
So even if you take a man and a woman of the same age, or of equal, say, equal attractiveness, of objectively what most people would think of attractive, even if they do the same amount of exercise, have the same diet, the man will, on average, from terms of other people's perspective, will appear to age slower than the woman.
Absolutely, because if you're asking me if they did exactly the same exercise and diet regime, well, men and women have different requirements. So for that very reason alone, they're going to need to adjust their regimes to their own personal needs.
But is any of this a part of, I mean, the thing is, the trouble is we've got a situation, we sort of worship youth in women more than we do in men, and women are expected to have, I mean, even at 50, women are expected to have the bodies of 15-year-old girls, which frankly most of us didn't have when we were 15. And yet it's okay for a man to be greying, to be balding, okay for a man to have hair growing wherever it grows, okay for a man to have a bit of a belly, he can still be seen as manly, as masculine, as sexy, as attractive. Whereas women have to be, no grey hair, slim, no bulging, we smooth skin. And the expectations of women are just so unreasonable that isn't it about our perception rather than the reality?
Well, I think you're getting into more of a cultural discussion here. In some parts of the world, being a much larger size is really embraced, and women who are what we perceive in this country as overweight are actually seen as healthy in other countries. So I think there it is from a cultural perspective of what we expect of each other. And yeah, I think I agree. The pressures on women to say super thin and super healthy and looking fantastic like these supermodels the whole time is a little bit unrealistic. These supermodels and these celebrities, they have personal trainers, nutritionists, you name it on hand. They've got the childcare so that they've got the time to do all of this. Most women don't have that time. They need a system that works for them with very little time commitment and very little effort that works, but keeps them at a realistic, healthy size and weight and looking good rather than unrealistic.
Is there a big part of this? So you talk about the hormones of menopause, but actually a lot of this comes much sooner, which is that women put on average, and if they're healthy and they're doing the right thing, put on a whack load of weight when they have babies. You've got 2 or 3 kids, you put that on, taken off, put it on, taken off, and a lot of it, frankly, stays on. And it's not necessarily a woman being really unhealthy. As you say, it's about the time to go and get fit. It's about the lifestyle you have when you've got small children. And the fact is that men don't get pregnant, they don't carry small children, and therefore they're never going to have the same impact on their bodies.
When it comes to having babies, obviously that's not necessarily an age thing. You get both young and old mums. But one thing I think we really need to get rid of in this country is the idea that you need to eat for 2. Often people when they're pregnant think, and friends will encourage you as well. They say, oh, it's okay, have another piece of cake, you can do it. Actually, putting on too much weight when you're pregnant is not healthy for either the mother or the child. And another thing it results in is just having to lose more when you've had the baby.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, when you've got a newborn at home, trying to fit in some complicated, long-winded diet and exercise regime is not at the top of your priority list. Women just don't get round to it. It can take months, years. Some people never get back to their pre-baby weight.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. Polly Hale, lovely to talk to you. She's director of the fitmumformula.com. Getting mums fit, showing them how to do it. So do take a look at their website. That's Polly Hale. Really appreciate